Yo, what is going on everyone? Guiding Light here back with another video, and in this one we're going to be getting into a brand new game which has just released today. So this is a quick look at Lords of the Fallen, and in this video I'm going to tell you guys and explain to you guys what are the best characters to start with. Now if you guys are new to the channel, I upload guides and tutorials on just about every new game that comes out, and since this game launched today, we're going to be getting right into Lords of the Fallen guides. Now, after this, we're going to be getting back into Call of Duty. So if you guys are interested in any of these videos, be sure to check out the channel. So Lords of the Fallen is actually a continuation of an old Lords of the Fallen game. We're going to be getting into this, and I'll show you guys a quick look at all of the different characters you can start out as when getting into the game. So as soon as you hit the main menu, you're going to have a choice between a bunch of different characters. Now, if you guys did get the deluxe edition, you will be able to play as the Dark Crusader. Now, in order to unlock the Dark Crusader without pre-ordering, you will have to complete a full playthrough of the game. Now, Dark Crusader is actually a deluxe edition pre-order bonus, so if you guys have the deluxe edition, you should be able to play as the Dark Crusader right from the start. Now, once getting into this screen, there's a few things you want to take a look at in terms of what character has which abilities. So the first thing you want to look at are their stats. This is going to be what you're going to be able to start out as your baseline stats. So your strength, agility, and vitality, things like that. Now, as you guys play the game, you will be able to level up these stats. The more kills you get, the more XP you're going to get, and the more XP you get, the more you can level up these stats. So the stats that you start out with aren't going to be the end stats. You're going to be able to upgrade them as you go, but this will be the baseline that your character starts at. So you'll have certain advantages in certain categories depending on which character you choose. Now, another thing you may want to take a look at is their slots in their weapons, because not all characters have the exact same weapons. They're also going to start with certain armor and things like that as well, so that might sway your decision when trying to actually go ahead and select a character. So if you like the thought of having a shield right off the bat and you want to have a one-handed weapon and not be specialized in two hands, you may want to select a certain character that actually has the shield right from the start. Now, certain characters will have better abilities when using two-hand weapons, other abilities when using one hand, and such things like that. So as you read these descriptions, it will actually tell you exactly what character has what bonuses. So depending on whether you want to just be an all-out tank, whether you want to specialize in two-handed combat, whether you want to specialize in one-handed combat, there's a character for each of those things. Now, there's also a character which will spawn with a mace as well. He's going to have better attributes when trying to use this mace and shield as a combo. And there's also characters which will specialize in things like stealth and mage, even hand-to-hand combat, but those are some of the more advanced classes. So if you scroll down to the bottom section of these characters, you'll notice that it starts to get into the advanced characters. These characters are basically for people that have a lot of experience playing games like this, because you're going to have to play a very specific way in order to be successful when using these characters. So they're going to be extremely strong in their one little category, but they're going to be extremely weak in the others. So I don't really suggest picking one of the advanced characters right off the bat, especially if you are new to Lords of the Fallen or games like this in general, because it will definitely take a lot more learning to get started. Now, if you guys don't have the Dark Crusader class unlocked because you haven't beat the game yet or you don't have the deluxe edition, this character right here, the Black Feather Ranger, is going to be the most versatile character. He's going to have even stats in just about all of the categories, and he's going to be well-rounded all out for new players. So if you guys don't have Dark Crusader, I suggest picking him to start. Now, as we get down into these characters down at the bottom, you'll notice that we get into the advanced classes like I was talking about before. So this is going to be basically an all-out stealth class. If that's something you're interested in, you want to go through the game basically going through stealth, that's going to be the one you want. Now, keep in mind, guys, you actually can play this entire game as co-op. So if you have a friend that you're wanting to play as, you can actually both choose separate characters, so you can kind of have both at the same time. So if you're planning on playing co-op, I suggest not necessarily picking the same characters, so that way you and your friend can have versatile abilities and kind of counter each other and help each other out. So if one of you guys chooses to be a tank and then another guy chooses to have high agility, it could actually counteract each other quite well. So these advanced classes are definitely going to be catering towards people that are on their second playthroughs or people that have played Lords of Fallen in the past. So if you're a new player, I don't really suggest picking any of these advanced classes, especially the Condemned, as he's going to be the hardest one to play as he just spawns in with his bare fists. So I went ahead and started as Dark Crusader. Like I said, I had the deluxe edition, so that's why I went with this one. He's definitely the strongest one, and if you have this as an option and you just want to have the best time right off the start, I suggest picking Dark Crusader. Now, if you guys don't like the idea of being as strong as possible right off the start, then you definitely want to go ahead and choose one of the other characters. Now, this guy's also going to be extremely strong right off the start, as you can see based off his strength and agility stats. However, he's going to specialize in the two-handed weapons. So if you guys want an all-around character that's good in every category, I would pick the Partisan. That way you can switch between different styles of attack and still have pretty decent stats overall. Now, keep in mind, guys, the stats, although they are a pretty big benefit, you can choose to boost those stats up throughout the game, giving you guys better statistics in whichever class you want. So if you start out with a tank, you can choose to make your guy even more tanky, or you can even give him more agility along the way to sort of balance him out. So depending on your playstyle, you really do want to consider what stats you want to level up along the way. Also, take a look at their weapons. If you want to have a mace right off the start and have that as your playstyle, go ahead and pick the character. But if you want to have more of like a spear, have longer range attacks, and more of a defensive character, go ahead and pick infantry. Now, if you guys just want those all around characters that are decent in all attributes, sort of like just a straight up soldier, I would go ahead and pick either the knight or the werewolf. Now, if you guys have played Lords of the Fallen in the past and you're pretty familiar with how the stats and gear works, I would go ahead and actually go and pick the Ranger. He's going to have the best overall stats. So he's going to be really balanced in all areas, allowing you guys to level up different categories along the way, but still keep the same benefits in all these different categories. So this is definitely the character I would choose if you've played Lords of the Fallen in the past and you don't have the deluxe edition to go ahead and pick Dark Crusader, or if you just don't want to be so strong right off the start, this is definitely the character for you. So hopefully this video has helped you guys have a better understanding on what the differences are between these characters and what differences it'll make with deciding on which one you start with. If this video helps you out, be sure to check out the channel because I'll be making a bunch more guides on Lords of the Fallen over the next few days to help you guys out along the way. Other than that though, guys, that's pretty much it. Good luck in Lords of the Fallen, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.